session, which is by Sanjog Shrela. So we are already running a little bit late, so I won't go into detail with the introductions of Sanjog. But Sanjog has been involved with the WordPress community for a while. He's an avid developer. He knows his development well, and he's going to talk to you today about a very pertinent topic that affects a lot of people. I mean, pretty much everybody who uses WordPress, security in WordPress. There has been a lot of sessions on security in WordPress. There's been a lot of sessions on how to secure your WordPress sites. So Sanjog is going to sum up everything that you need to know about securing your WordPress websites. Over to you, Sanjog. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
So everybody feeling very tired?
No.
Is tea break? No?
No.
So nobody is sleeping here right now? All is regular? Great. So I'm Sanjog Shrela, CTO for Virgin Technologies. Having 12-year experience in information technology, as well as I'm attached to the WordPress almost exclusively from since 2012. Contribution to WordPress community, the Nashik WordCamp, which was happened in 2016. It was my first WordCamp, and I was so impressed where the people who come together and making these things for community. So that's I get click. So even as I'm getting business through the WordPress, so I thought to let's contribute to WordPress as well as like giving back to community. So I started contributions like theme review, themes development, plugin development, and polygons. Polygons is something like you can do the language contribution to WordPress. So it's like a Marathi, Hindi. So I'm making contribution for Marathi and Hindi. And this is my WordPress profile where you can find out what contribution I did for community. So you'll come to know about. Apart from work, these are the 4 pillars for Virgin Next. Basically, we do a lot of enjoy. And this is the photo what you can see which we taken at Karabi. And this is the last WordCamp Delhi with Amol. So to start with today, how to secure your WordPress blog. So what is exactly securing your WordPress website blog? Anybody seen this kind of message when hacked? Or anyone can notice that your site is sending spam emails. Your site is like having a malicious activity, or your site may have a malicious code which can infect your user customers. So there is certain way where you can protect your WordPress. So those I'm going to explain you with these sessions, and hope with these sessions you're going to minimize the security risk which is attacked by cyber attack on your WordPress websites. Why so much WordPress security? Why? Staying vigilant is not just a responsibility to making your website secure. It's an ongoing responsibility for everyone who is online. It's not just about WordPress website. It's anything. Is it your local computer or your website or your server? This is where attacker use the method which to find out the loopholes with the WordPress websites. So if you go to the Google and you can type this kind of keywords, index of in URL WP content. So you'll find out the list of the websites which is having this loopholes, which anyone can attacker come to your websites and he can easily hack. There is also another better way. Let's say for example, if you are using any WordPress plugin which is for the backup, and that plugin take the backup of the your WordPress data and put it into WP content. So attacker may can type of something which is SQL, and he can find your SQL file which is taken by your SQL plugin, and he may find out the list of the users inside that SQL file, and he may find out the password, and he can crack that password and he can log into your website, and your website may get compromised. There is a list of Google Docs which is I have shared into my GitHub profile, where you can just log in and you can get those. There is hundreds of docs. Other than Google Docs, there is a Bing Docs, there is a Yahoo Docs. So attacker always try to find out the way to get the compromise, how he can attack on the particular sites. So these are the specially first every attacker like to do with the Google Docs. So I hope today you got the free Wi-Fi service from the WC Nashik. How many connected that free Wi-Fi service? So have you got any password to connect?
No.
So free Wi-Fi service is something where you just don't require any password. It get connect with the OTP verifications. So there is no encryption key provided to connect. So when you connect to a free Wi-Fi service, which is available now, very popular in various ways, like hotels, then stations, then airports. So you can find that publicly free Wi-Fi is available, but there is no key required to connect. So what happens actually, when you connect this free Wi-Fi, so somebody is, let's say, attacker sitting here, he is connected on the same network, so he may connect to your computer through various software tools. He may do a snooping, he can upload a malicious code into your computer and he can just get into your site. Let's say for example, if you are using a free Wi-Fi and you are connecting to a WordPress website through just login and password, and if your website is not secure with the HTTPS protocol, he may get quickly your username and password, just man sitting in the middle. So always try to avoid accessing free Wi-Fi, because free Wi-Fi don't cover the encryption key. So whenever you connect, let's say for example, when you connect your home Wi-Fi router, there is an encryption key which you enter into your SSD provided by your router. So whatever the communications happen with your router and your computer is always into encrypted format. But again, the attacker may find out that attack on your Wi-Fi router, and he can get the SSD password and he may connect to your Wi-Fi router. So you need to make sure that security related to your Wi-Fi should be very secure. And always try to have a password which is more than 12 characters with a combination of digital and alphanumeric and special characters. So it can avoid to like getting hacked by someone. How you can basically protect, how you can find out where your site is attacked by malicious code, or how you can find out where your site is like malicious code is uploaded on your site. So there is I personally like to love to use the Google Safe Browsing. Google Safe Browsing let you know about whether your site is infected or not. It also let you know whether your site is malware content or not. So let's say for example, some sites as having the iframe code, which basically take to end user to some other sites. So Google can immediately show that warning, or even nowadays Google Chrome also show that direct warning. So you can always use this method to check whether your site is infected or not. Also there is I preferably love to Sucuri, which to scan the malware, is there any malware code inside the website or not. There is also a website which is wpscan.com, where you can or wpscan.org, where you can just download the tool and you can scan your website through that tool, and you can just come to know what kind of security you need to implement on your WordPress website. They also let you know that WP Scan, what are the plugins which are using, what are the vulnerability in that plugin, what are the vulnerability in your WordPress version, what are the vulnerability in your themes. So you can use that tool which is WP Scan. I have not added here. So how many seen this typewriter? Typewriter now is become now computer, which is people who was using typewriter now they are using computer. So always up to date. If you are not being up to date, let's say for example you learn ASP, you learn C, and you don't want to do update to C++, or you don't want to upgrade to C sharp, or you don't want to upgrade to any of the latest technologies coming. Of course, so you'll be something going to be down to earth. So have always up to date. So I have 3 mantras for to secure your WordPress. One is update, update, and update. Update what? Update your code, update your plugin, and update your themes. So it will make sure you that protect from the latest vulnerability. So this basically WordPress what release a latest update. It's not for to just Google News search. It is for to protect from the previous vulnerability, whatever the older version, or whatever there any security hole, or whatever in the vulnerability in the previous versions. So it's make sure about from the whatever the latest update which patch come is protect you from the whatever the past in the vulnerability. So it's good get protected from that. So always have up to date. So fast, reliable, and secure hosting. Now 41% website get hacked just through vulnerability in your hosting platform. There is no unlimited storage. There is something limited. So you should always make sure what kind of actually you are taking from your hosting provider, because 41 sites get hacked just due to vulnerability into hosting provider, and 29% sites get just due to insecure due to just there is the vulnerability in themes. 22% get compromised just due to vulnerability in plugin, and 8% just due to weak password. So these are the basically attacks which you can see on the screen. Keyloggers, botnet, man in the middle, man in the mobile, ransomware, zombie, Trojan, clickjacking, keyloggers, malware, adware. So these all attacks happen to you on basically attack on your WordPress website. So how you can protect? So these are the I'm going to explain. First, I'm explaining you why .htaccess. Anybody know .htaccess? So rest of the people don't know htaccess. So let me explain what is .htaccess. So what you can see on the picture www.www 30 redirect error documents. A .htaccess file is an Apache configuration file which can be used for, like let's say if you want to change the override the Apache configuration which is installed on that, you want to set some rules for your website, so you can use the .htaccess file. Through .htaccess file, let's say for example your website is running let's say for example xyz.com, you want to add people should automatically redirect to www.xyz.com. So through htaccess file you can easily do that. You don't need to do anything. You just go to .htaccess file, write some code, and you can just get that code from Google easily. So if the attacker gets the access of .htaccess file and he modified it, so your website will be completely down. Make sure doing anything before editing .htaccess file, you have the backup copy of the .htaccess file. If you type any wrong, your website will show 500 errors. So make sure what you are doing, the backup of the .htaccess file you have first. So brute force attack. So you can see that person is knocking on the door. So he's basically trying combinations, like somebody can open the door. So basically brute force attack is a kind of something like who cyber attacker basically use the software tools. Through that basically he have the combination of word list and that word is basically try to find out what exactly your password. So it's continuously hitting your WordPress website and trying to find out the password. So let's say for example, if you keep your password something ABCD 1 to 3 or Quadri 1 2 3 4 5 or 1 2 3 4 5, so it can easily crack by this brute force software. There is a various brute force software available in the market if you Google it. So for example, best software is like a Reaper, Brute. So through that, attacker can easily get your WordPress password. So what you can do it to prevent that, you can use the two-factor authentication tool. There is a in the WordPress plugin. Through that you can protect your WordPress login with the OTP verifications. Like what you do with the bank. Whatever the transaction you do, you get the OTP on your mobile. So same way you can protect your WordPress login. So every time if you log in, you get the OTP on your mobile or OTP on your email. So through that, also you can add a plugin, limit login. So anybody where with the 5 times login, it will be blocked that particular IP. So this is very easiest way find out to attacker what is your admin username of your WordPress. So if you have the WordPress blog and if you type it / author is equal to 1, you can easily find out your what is exactly your admin username. So how you can going to protect? There is a PHP MyAdmin here tool. Let's say if you are using cPanel, so you can just go to the PHP MyAdmin and your user table, which is WP_user by default, or anything the extension what you have given for your table. So that extension _users, you can find out under that table there is a column which is user_nickname. You just change that whatever the name is there for the admin, and attacker won't be able to quickly find out what exactly the admin user is. I'll suggest to delete the first create the user, another user, and delete the existing admin whatever the created user. Always don't give the default username which is admin. You should keep something which is non-recognizable. Preventing. See, attacker can, if you know aware about it, that whatever you do, like let's say for example, whatever you upload images, or you upload file, you upload media or themes or plugins, those all go to under WP content, WP upload directory. So let's say for example, attacker may have the access, let's say for example, you are using e-commerce website, and person who registered on the website, he have the facility to upload the avatar, or the, I mean to say, display profile picture. So if you have not protected your WP content directory, and he may upload a malicious code which is .php extension file, and he can easily get into that because he knows where exactly going to be uploaded. So he can easily get that path and he can execute, and that's it. So he compromise your server and he can get to access anywhere he want to do it. So try to protect this WP upload directory. I have given the GitHub repository and they put it the code for that how to you can protect. I have not coded in, add the code in this thing because it's so many code and I don't want to make you bored with seeing this code. So I have added into the GitHub repository, and you can just get that repository and you can download all the configurations which is provided there. How many using premium plugin from the unknown sources? Anybody? I know I don't want to, no one wanted to figure out that. Okay, so it's very horrible if you are using some unreliable sources, because see, unreliable sources created by the someone who want to take the benefit out of it. Like he can add some malicious code into that program and he can upload for free, available for anyone. So when you get that free copy from the Google or any from the unknown source, so once you add that copy into your sites, he can easily get whatever you are doing activity, let's say for your user information, user passwords, so all he getting through that unreliable sources. I like to add one small story one of my friend was using basically a server from ABC company, and he using all the WordPress websites. So what happened exactly? He was uploading all the website, running the website, and someday suddenly all the websites get hacked. So fortunately he have the backup, so he restored that. Again, 4 to 5 days, those all sites get hacked. So he called me as a consultancy, what I can do. So I have looked into the server and looked into all the websites. So whatever way I can protect it, I done all the protection on the server level, I done the protection level on the WordPress sites and fix it. So after 2 weeks again, all sites get hacked. So he called me, भाई तू कौन सा cyber security experts है? All sites get hacked again. So I said, let me meet you at your office. So I visited his office and I find out that his computer, I just log into his computer and find out he is using some image editing software, which was malicious, infected by the attacker. And that software basically monitoring all the activity what he is doing. So basically he was using FTP software, and through that whatever the username password was he storing, that software was actually sending to a attacker what information stored in the FTP. So attacker every time when he change the password and he connect, so attacker get that user password and make an attack on his server and all the site get compromised. So try to avoid unreliable sources. So someone can upload some script or some themes which can be compromised for your compromise, and you can get hacked again. So use the antivirus and firewall on your local computer. So somebody is like get the software kind of like that. So they can easily catch through this antivirus software. They can prevent you to get the malicious code can run on your computer. These are the files where you can delete it, like readme.html file, then wp-admin install php, wp-config sample file, remove the meta generator information file code, which is basically added in your theme. So you just need to add some syntax and it will remove the whatever the WordPress version you are using. So attacker won't be able to detect what kind of WordPress version you are using. If he come to know if you are using some older version, so he may find out how he can come into your sites. So always remove these unwanted files. So use the secure protocol. Secure, how many people using FTP? A plain FTP. See, FTP was invented when the networking technology was invented. It was very old technology you are using. So, as I said that the malicious software was taking the all information through the FTP software. So if you are using FTP secure protocol, so it's encrypt the communication between your server and the software. So it's whatever the passwords you add into the software when you are using secure protocol. So it's encrypt that password or the whatever the username into encryption format. So it don't send into plain format. So always use the FTP-S or SFTP, which is SSH. Use content delivery network. So if you are using content delivery network, so sometimes let's say for example somebody is trying to DDoS attack on your website. So you can mitigate on this content delivery network. Let's say for example we are using Cloudflare. So whatever the traffic which is going to be come to your direct server, it won't hit direct server. It will be hit to a CDN server which is Cloudflare. So CDN give you the performance, CDN give you the security, CDN give you the stability. So server it also protect your A record. So let's say for example if you go to whois.com and find out the whois information. So in that it also shows the name server, it also shows the A record of your server. So attacker won't get that detail. So always use the CDN technology, so it will protect from that kind of DDoS attack. If you don't have the backup, let's say something has happened wrong, so you won't be able to restore it. As I told you the story, the friend having the backup, because of that he restored that site. But if you don't have the backup, unfortunately then all the sites will get lost. All the customer will be going to lose. The customer will be going to lose the faith on you. So you should have the backup practice. Not only the practice of the backup, you should keep the backup offline. not on the same server. Suppose sometimes may attacker get into your server and he find out the backup copy also. He may can delete that backup copy, or he may can change the backup copy. He may can upload the malicious code into backup copy. So always have a backup on your offline and try to always offer to restore as well as whether it's working or not. SSL certificate. I have a very good example. My two friends, which is talk in Marathi but in encrypted format. So suppose somebody is sitting between two persons, they don't understand what exactly they are talking, but they are actually talking Marathi. Let's say for example, anybody know that rougher and nutter language where you can add into your language. So you can like converting your language into another language. So same way, SSL certificate too. If you are using HTTPS, whatever your form, your user filling the form or login form, it will be transferred from browser to a server into encrypted format. So always use the SSL. Even Google also recommended that is very good practice for SEO. It gives the good weightage for your SEO services. Also, the now latest technology which is HTTP2. This good work with the HTTPS. It won't work good with the HTTP technology. Even if we see some analytics like people come from the HTTPS side and your site don't have the SSL certificate. So your analytics may show wrong because of that SSL and SSL is not installed. So it shows direct traffic on your analytics. So use the SSL certificate, use the more security. Disable now WordPress version 4.9 is coming, and that this you don't need to do about that. But if you are using till .NET now, you can just disable this editing file with this simple code. I have added this code only here because this is a simple line code. You just need to go to wp-config and define this code, and it will disable this functions. This is the one of the plugin which I use, all-in-one plugin, WP Security and Firewall. If you don't want to touch with your files, don't want to touch your htaccess file, and you are very lazy, so you can use the list of the plugins. There is a list of the plugins available in the WordPress repository. The one of the which is I use, all-in-one WP Security and Firewall. There is also IAM Security, Security and Bulletproof WordPress. So you can use anyone. This is the code which I feel. I like to add, I'm not the affiliate with this company and I'm not the employee with this company. This is the WordPress security best practices. What you can do, run regular scans, review your access log, use correct file permissions if you have not given correct file permissions. So what I have shown you the Google Docs, the WP content. So it will allow to user to see those all the content. So always we give the correct permission. Disable XML RPC. So there will be nobody can do the brute force attacks. So disable this. Use two-factor authentication. Change your security keys. Like whatever the WP config, while you see some security keys. So this is default key generated while installation. You can just go to the WordPress and you can generate the new keys and you can change with these keys. Turn off the WP debug log. If you on the debug log and like for example if you visit your site and under that you can find error_log. So your attacker may come to know what is exactly problem with your site. So always turn off this log so he won't be able to detect what kind of problem with your sites. Preventing directory browsing, again the same thing. We just need to disable with the option indexes with the htaccess files and nobody can access all the, let's say you have not uploaded an index file, he can see all the content. So these are the resources where you can come to know what if any something news related to WordPress. This is the site where you can just find out any security holes or security patch is there. You can also do the checklist. With this you can check whether what kind of security you have completed for your website. So those you can do check with the checklist. If any something problem with the plugins or problem with the themes, so those all you can find out on the exploit-db.com. and this is my this is the actual official URL where you can find out in detail about how to hardening your WordPress. So it's WordPress I have given very detail about step by step where you can just go and find out that URL, you can find out the way you can protect your blog. And all the about security other than that I have covered in the GitHub my profile, and you can just get into that. Thank you.
Question. Thank you, Sanju. I think we skip the question session this time because like we're already late a lot by about 45 minutes, and we have a next session coming up at 5 p.m. But if you have any questions, please feel free to talk to Sanju personally. He'll be happy to answer all your questions. So thank you once again. See you all at 5 p.m.